What could a simple concrete flower pot, like this one, possibly have in common with this massive factory in Brevik, Norway? And how does that link reveal a hidden footprint shaping our planet's future? Today we're diving into the story of Heidelberg Materials, one of the giants in building materials. My name is Tanisha and this is Transition Stories. Think about this. After water, concrete is the world's most used substance. It's literally the material our modern world stands on. Skyscrapers, highways, railways, wind turbines, they're all built with it. But here's the catch. Making concrete means making cement, and cement carries a massive carbon footprint. On average, for every ton of cement, more than half a ton of CO2 is released into the atmosphere. A huge challenge for the cement industry.
It's really vital and important that the industry decarbonizes going forward, since the industry is responsible for 6 to 8% of the total CO2 emissions. We need to maintain our licenses to operate, and that's why decarbonization is so vital.
However, it's proving difficult to restructure the cement industry. Conventional technologies can significantly reduce CO2 emissions, but they can't eliminate them entirely. It's virtually impossible to produce standard cement with near zero CO2 emissions. The breakthrough the industry has been waiting for is called CCS, carbon capture and storage. This is a complex process in which CO2 emissions are captured at the plant, liquefied, transported by pipeline or ship, and finally stored deep underground. CCS was mostly theoretical, but in Brevik, Norway, Heidelberg Materials managed to build the world's first industrial-scale carbon capture facility for cement. And it's working really well.
The facility in Brevik captures 400,000 tons of CO2. That's half of the CO2 that's emitted in the plant. And that's the equivalent, just to put it in perspective, of 150,000 flights from Frankfurt to New York. So it is really significant.
And what's even more exciting, it's scalable. Heidelberg Materials' next major CCS installation is in Padeswood, UK, planned for 2029. It will capture up to 800,000 tons of CO2 per year, nearly the entire plant's emissions. But none of this comes cheap. CCS Brevik costs around 400 million euros. CCS Padeswood is expected to be even more expensive. That's why solid funding and financing models are very important.
The collaboration between finance and the industry is crucial from our standpoint. We want to make sure that financing is directed toward those projects who make impact and really showcase that change and decarbonization in the industry is possible. Therefore, we are strongly committed to support Heidelberg Materials.
And demand is growing. For construction partners aiming to reach their climate targets, low-carbon materials like the ones from Heidelberg Materials are key, and they're already being used in flagship projects across Europe.
Our order book for 2025 is fully sold out. We've already announced a couple of really prominent examples, which is the Nobel Foundation in Stockholm, who built a new Nobel Prize Center. There is a 3D house in Germany, the Dreihaus project. And there's also a Skanska project in Oslo. They built a new station and 2 tracks. So the whole selling process is really gaining traction.
Yet challenges remain. CCS cement is notably more expensive than traditional types. That's why public subsidies are essential today to compete globally. The Brevik project is leading the way with strong financial support from the Norwegian government.
Targeted subsidies can really help kickstart pilot projects such as this one from Heidelberg Materials. Additionally, banks, the industry, and also investors who make decisions based on long-term prospects need stable governments, clear and transparent regulation, and also a framework which provide a basis to do these investments.
And when all these conditions align, real change becomes possible. Cement isn't going away anytime soon. Its unique properties and scalability make it vital for homes, highways, and renewable energy projects. But imagine these being built with a drastically smaller carbon footprint. The impact could be enormous. Heidelberg Materials is taking a leading role in an industry often seen as too hard to decarbonize. With CCS and new technologies, they're proving that sustainability and construction can go hand in hand. So what do you think? Tell us in the comments which industries you think need urgent reinvention, and don't miss other transition stories. For example, how steel producer Salzgitter AG is charting a greener course for steel production. Check it out here.